Progressive web apps, or PWAs, are innovative applications that combine the best of a website and an app to deliver richer user experiences. More than that, they offer increased speed and performance to users on desktop and mobile devices. In this post, we will talk you through the basics of what makes PWAs so unique, and what it costs to develop progressive web app. Are you creating one soon? Get started with this post. What are progressive web applications? In short, they're websites that have evolved to the level of an app. Over the past year, there has been a massive push towards making web experiences more like native mobile apps. The idea is that building an app-like experience on a website gives better results, as it focuses on critical areas such as user engagement, scalability, and performance. The main difference between PWAs and native mobile apps is that when you browse a site in your browser now, it displays as if it were a native app, complete with built-in functionality for notifications and gestures. Building a PWA has many benefits, but one of the most significant is that users will have a better experience when visiting your site. And ultimately, this means you can earn more money from every user across your website. What makes progressive web applications a must-have? Progressive web apps are the latest way to ensure that your website is as engaging as possible. Using these apps will give you a competitive advantage over other online businesses since they've seen a substantial rise in popularity over the past few years. There are many benefits to using advanced web applications, but the most significant include the following. SEO improvement. With an app-like experience, sites using PWAs will rank higher on Google searches, and people will find them easier to use. Instead of clicking around a site and remembering URLs, they'll have all the information within one easy-to-access location. User engagement. The app-like experience generally means that users won't need to do much work to get their jobs done. For example, they'll be able to view news articles in their native format on the go, resulting in more engagement with content. Better mobile performance. Progressive web apps are built to scale and deliver better performance to users on a wide range of devices. You'll also see the same app-like experience no matter which device is being used. Responsive outcomes. PWAs mean that your website can adapt to its environment instead of going through all the extra steps required for a typical website build. Moreover, the apps are continuously updated, so your users will always get the latest version. Increased security. Since they're based on standards and not proprietary technology, PWAs are open source and work with a variety of major browsers. This means that they're highly scalable and secure. Furthermore, they don't have problems common to native mobile apps, such as jailbreaking or rooting. When is the right time to migrate any progressive web app? The main activity in the PWA migration process is to develop a website with a PWA-specific shell. When this happens, you will probably decide whether or not you need to start migrating the content of your website to PWAs. The decision depends on what works for your company and what needs to be changed for it to work across all devices. The important thing is that once you have an app shell, you can start migrating selected parts of your site over and see how it works. You can even add new features and functionality in order to improve the experience across all types of devices. 1. High user engagement. This is the process of moving from a traditional web application to a PWA. We will move carefully through this stage and ensure that you have everything ready before we move on to the next step. This is because we want your users to experience an interface they are already familiar with while also giving them all of our PWA's new features and benefits. 2. Implementing SEO. SEO is an essential part of any digital campaign, and for your app to perform well, you will need all of the relevant features in place. The switch to a progressive web app allows you to add meta tags, structured data and other essential components. We can even take care of this for you if you prefer. 3. Add analytics. With analytics, it will be easier to refine your PWA and ensure that it meets the needs of your users. During this stage, we will ensure that everything is in place so that you can see how well your app is performing and make any adjustments as necessary. 4. Migrate content. We will work with you throughout migrating content, ensuring that every piece of information makes it over to your new PWA without any problems. What's more, we will be able to give you specific recommendations based on our expertise in this area so that everything goes smoothly. Progressive Web App Development Cost. Progressive web app development costs vary depending on the types of hiring professional and where you decide to outsource. This is because the prices will depend on how much you need and what you need it for. The average cost for developing a PWA is $10,000 to $15,000. On the other hand, development time for PWA-based apps may take around 3 months or even more if you have a lot of new features that need to be implemented. However, this is going to be different with each web app, and it's essential to check with your developer about this for them to give you an honest estimate. If you have any questions or requirements about progressive web app development, please contact us anytime at admin@auxiliarianoglobalservices.com. Thanks for listening to our podcast on progressive web app development cost. Do subscribe to Auxino Global Services podcast to receive the newly released episodes. Stay tuned to listen to our latest podcast.